Good morning, good afternoon, good evening all over the world. Dobson 777A here. Okay, folks, this is getting really interesting. You know, last night we shot up to 1930, and then through the day it got up to 1940 something. We went up $41, and so that was 2% for gold. Now silver went up nearly $2 or 8.4%. Even platinum was up $33 for 3.63. Now we're already in after hours, and gold is up another $18.50, and silver's up almost another dollar for 3.39%. Something, man, I'll tell you, the dollar is just collapsing right now. This is incredible numbers we're seeing right now, because if you think about that 1850 and 4170, man, I tell you, that's almost like $60 that gold was up today. That's incredible. Let's look at our chart. So here was the S&P 500 that I showed looking back long ways, and you could see how this thing broke down at this point, and then this is when I converted over to the precious metals. You can see it's never really come back. It tried to get back into the green and then collapsed in March, and now it's trying again. But this number is just showing this just hasn't gotten back. Now when we look at our gold pitchfork chart, we're up in the purple now. We busted up. We're now at 1964. That's amazing to me when you just think about it. Wasn't that long ago we were down here about 1722, and we've shot up over $200 since that time. This is really going to town. I forgot to show this. So here's the chart for gold. You can see looks like we came up and touched 1965, and we're coming back down a couple bucks. We're at 25.54 for silver, and this is just, again, after hours. It's going crazy. Now here's our chart where I added TLT in. I wanted to see how TLT was doing against, and TLT is up 41.7%. where gold is up, 51.5 and silver is 51.16. They're basically tied right now. And SPY is at 16%. But that TLT, I told you last year, it's going to do as good as gold, and it's really close. It's done very well. Gold is actually looks like it's been more stable, though, over the last couple months. TLT kind of dipped down, but now it's starting to take off again. So I recorded this video on July 27th, so here's an update after overnight through the 27th and early 28th. But you can see last night gold shot up really close to $1,980, and then it came all the way down. I mean, it dropped $70 all the way to $1,914. When we look at silver, silver went all the way up to $26, and it dropped all the way down to nearly $22.32. So there's some tremendous volatility. You see silver's trying to crawl back up, and then we saw on the other chart that gold is crawling back up, trying to get back into 1940. It's at 1938 right now. So this is a pretty good drop here and trying to come back. Same thing here. It's getting back. So I found that really interesting. The performance yesterday of the stock market, I forgot to include this in the, and I captured this kind of late, but you can see U.S. stock market was 0.74, 1.67, and 0.43 for our three indices that it tracks. You can see China was up 0.37, Australia was up 0.85, New Zealand 0.69, but everything else had already kind of zeroed out by the time I got there. Here is the ETF physical representation. So you can see gold was up 1.94, platinum 1.95, and silver 7.10. So that's 36% for the year for silver and 27.5% for gold. Now we look at our ETF miners. It was up 5% for the day. That's an incredible day, and 46.7% for the year to date so far. So you can see large silver miners beat out the junior silver miners, and even junior gold miners beat out large gold miners. But so far, the junior silver miners is lagging significantly compared to the rest. Everybody else is 50% or real close to 50%. So 47% for the year. I find that just amazing that we're getting that kind of return. Now, this was an article on Zero Hedge at about 4 o'clock today, and they're talking about, again, the dollar has been it was super strong, and now it's like collapsing back to like 2018 levels. And they're showing, that it was running in this channel, kind of blew out, and now it's collapsing below the channel. This is, again, spot gold versus the dollar. You can see, they're crisscrossing because they're showing that inverse relationship. Busted past the all-time high. Looking at the RSI, we're pretty toppy right now, but it's still going. Spot silver, see how far back we are. I show this kind of data all the time. We're still back in 2013 level. So I don't know if you're paying attention, but we have like perpetual rioting going on in some of these cities, and Trump has been talking about bringing some feds in to try to, get control. But at the same time, from a strategic standpoint, he probably should just let those cities burn, because this is showing the incompetence of the Democrats, the way they manage their cities. Remember, they're letting people out of jails. They're defunding the police. What could go wrong there, right? So the problem is, if you're living in those areas, I've been telling you, get the heck out of the big cities for a year. I said, they are going to burn. Well, what is happening? They are burning, folks. So you need to realize that this is not going to get better. This is going to grow all the way into the election. And if they don't, I don't think it matters who's going to be elected. These guys are so far gone, they are going to just keep going. Nothing's going to stop. So right now, I guarantee you, we're going to be moving towards just quarantining off those cities and just let them burn, because you really don't have any other choice. So I just wonder if you're paying attention to what's really going on. Like I said, they just want to just overthrow the entire system. That's all they want to do. So I'm comfortable where I'm at, but I don't know if you are, but you may need to just take a hit and get the heck out of town, because this is not going to get better. It's just going to get worse. And just, I feel for you if you're stuck in these places, but you really ought to consider getting more rural areas. A lot of the police in the more rural areas, they have the support of the people, and they're not going to mess with you when you've got, guns. They want you to have their back and everything. So just think about how this is going to work for you. I hope everybody's treating you well. I hope you're doing well. Do the best you can. God bless.